Stream Chab's lap box. Real fast before we get going too far, we're gonna do our theme song. Hopefully everyone's ready for that.
Oh, that is one thing that I don't have.
I'll send you a link to the YouTube vid, and just play the YouTube vid.
Perfect.
It's not the best choice.
Spacer's choice.
There is better programs.
And a dot, and a doot, and a beep, and a boop. I forgot to have you open. So I can watch you. I just have to watch Bacon
Waka waka waka.
with his moose hat.
All right, guys.
Oh, that's a horse. Never mind.
Theme song starting now.
Oh, ads are playing.
Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Come on, girl.
That is not our theme song, Dave.
Oh, my
But it
bad.
could be.
I found it.
Ready?
Is there ads?
Redo.
We are clear from the theme song. Good job. All right.
That is a good.
I like the theme song.
Hello, internet people.
Hi, we're live.
Cool.
You're live. I'm live. We're all live.
Well, this
Holy
is live.
shit.
Yeah,
Jam
welcome to
Jam about
episode
started
6.
auto playing.
What are you even
Ooh,
doing, man?
I'm YouTubing.
Oh, okay.
I had to provide the fanciest of retweets.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, everybody. How goes?
We're live. We're doing it again. I need to change my game into an actual web show. Here we go. Is that a schmancy hosty schmosty?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I pushed a button.
Damn it. Beat me to it. That was a Destiny alert.
Oh, another one. Episode 6, you guys. Thank you, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 6. Okay, we're updated. We're in the proper place. The proper time. We're missing Thanatos today because he's not feeling well. We did hire a temp.
He died.
He is reporting in from Microsoft Studios, head of marketing. This is our good friend Steve.
Watch out, Major Nelson.
Actually, Steve is joining us from now on. He's going to be a major part of the broadcast. He's going to be talking about everything. He's the new host, and he is the center of attention for everyone who's watching. Make sure to watch. Just Steve and only Steve. Zoom right in on his face. We love him.
We're gonna black everyone out except Steve.
I have spent half my life savings in order to be here today and buy the equipment necessary to sound as good as you guys do. Yes.
Awesome. It looks like you're doing really well over there. I like your wife's crafting office, actually. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I was thinking if I use it on a regular basis, this shelf will have to have something strange and weird on it.
I can send you something strange and weird for your shelf.
It's okay. I'll be all right.
All right.
Some peanut butter.
Is it just me, or is
Steve
frozen?
frozen.
Let me pull it up.
Yes.
Steve, you're freezing.
It's so cold in Canada.
Are you
that-
watching yourself? Are you watching the stream?
There it is.
There he is.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. My usage is up, and I don't know why. Everything is closed.
Oh, that's because you're on a variety show.
Hey, Emily. See, you're totally fine now. Did you have something up, maybe? Like
No,
covering your cam? A program you're using?
No,
It looks
I've
great
closed
now.
all that stuff.
So-
Okay.
Whatever happened was just there for a minute. We're good now. Em, thanks for the host. Nick, Dave, Can,
Yeah.
Steve, all you guys, thanks for hosting. I appreciate it. Even if you didn't host Steve, I want to say thank you.
Oh,
Anyways.
I'm concerned my Twitch is not set up enough to be hosting any of us and doing it proper justice.
It's the thought that counts.
That means there's room for next time.
Yes. There's always room for improvement.
One of the things I want to bring up right away, Nick, you're in the middle. Are you in the middle on Mixer right now? I can't see Mixer right now.
Steve's in the middle.
Steve is in the middle. On
Beautiful.
Not good. Not good.
There's a Thanatos.
Like a minimized window, please.
Oh no, we're
Okay.
keeping it. Thanatos, thank you, sir. I know you're not feeling well. I apologize for whatever degenerate degen from upcountry got you sick. It fucking sucks.
It was me. I sent it to him via email.
I knew it.
Just coughed in an email and sent it to him.
Yep.
Nick is a disease. He can pass it on.
I don't have a disease. I am the disease.
he's duplicating, replicating across the country. It's great.
It's the dreaded Severus virus.
Oh,
It's the ghostly Nick.
the worst ones. Poopty. Okay, I've got some really crappy jazz going on in the background. I hope you guys appreciate
Poopty
that.
pants.
I hope you guys really appreciate that. It's I found it on a playlist called "Over 1 Hour of Restaurant Quality Jazz Music for Your Project or Venue."
You need to find the old Kmart like in-store music.
Without copyright. Enjoy.
Well, yeah, I don't want Twitch to mute my shits, so that's what we're doing here.
Mine's got copyright.
First of all, for those of you who are streamers, you guys had a good week this week on your streams.
I didn't stream as much, but I did have a hell of a lot of fun.
Nice. Nick, I talked to you the other day, and you said you were having one of the best streams of your career.
Yes.
Can you explain what happened this week?
I just had a whole bunch of really cool people jump in. There was great energy. There was just a lot of fun going around. I was streaming the first half of Dying Light, and like all of my old friends from back in the day jumped in and said hi, and it was a really good time. I mean, some friends only stopped in for like a minute to say hey, and that's awesome. But yeah, it was like everyone just showed up and said hey, and it was great, and I had a lot of fun.
I like that. Dave was streaming this week. You said you were playing a new game, actual BR.
What?
Didn't stream it, but yeah, I played Soviet jump game earlier.
I've got to write that down because I'm not going to fucking remember that.
Soviet jump game.
So, Russian hop thing.
Hop simulator, yes. Imagine a battle royale, but Mario. in Soviet Union.
You've already sold me on that one.
And it's free to play.
It's called what now
On
again?
Steam.
Say it again.
Soviet jump game.
Soviet jump game.
In Soviet Russia, you know a jump, it jump you.
Great. I played Dying Light with Nick. Was that last night?
Yep.
Well, this morning actually.
I was on till like almost 4 a.m. playing Dying Light.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't do a stream today before work because I was sleeping. Yes, I was asleep. Ken, what were you playing this week, my dude? I feel like we didn't connect at all.
We didn't. We kind of sort of like just passed on by. I wanted to get into The Witcher, but instead on Tuesday I jumped into Destiny with Nick and Steve and shot some things. Had a really good time. It was a decent stream too. And then yesterday we ran through some Iron Boner.
That's right, we did.
Seem so far away.
There
And
was
you
some,
had that really awesome tweet.
there were some troubles yesterday.
That was a fantastic tweet.
Yeah, I did win the internet all day yesterday. I don't know, like I don't know how often you guys just put in random words for like finding gifts, but boner is a good one. It's a really good one, and
Noted.
when I was making the tweet, that was actually not my first choice. The one that I wanted, I thought was like way beyond what anyone would allow me to put on a tweet. So that was actually the PG one.
So you actually got one for next round, is what you're saying?
Yes, there's one on bank that probably will get me actually in Twitter jail. I'll be in Twitter jail.
Or into a different category of Twitter, anyways.
Yeah, I might transcend streamer Twitter and go right into lewd Twitter. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've not been there before. I don't know anything about.
I feel that tweet kicked off the entire night and just captured the energy of it. So
it was a good night.
It was so much fun.
we played a lot of Iron Boner and won a few, lost a few as per usual, I think. But it was definitely a blast playing the boners.
Some good chat and energy. Good energy in chat, and it didn't matter if we were winning or getting mercied or anything. Didn't matter.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Many of you guys have met your drunk stepdad. I was really happy to see him pop back in. Mike is an absolute treat to have around, and I was very, very excited to see him pop in. So I was just like riding that just wave of euphoria that I get when I have a lot of friends having a good time at the same time with me.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, like when I was younger, we would go to parties and like get all crunked out and wasted, and we would have that same kind of good time. But when you can like kind of get there on the internet, it's actually super, super nice. So good week all around.
This week has almost been like a reunion show, the different people popping in. You're like, where have you been? And why didn't you follow us? And all of a sudden, it's strange.
It was absolutely a blast. I had tons of fun. Nick and I actually we were brainstorming. This is going to be our first topic. You may have noticed that the poor guy has been sick for like 10 years now. I don't know if he's some sort of compromised immune system or what's going on up there.
He could actually be seriously sick, and we're just bugging him.
No, yeah, he's been fighting it for at least 2 weeks now. But he's also been wearing this bathrobe, like every time I see him, he's in a bathrobe. So
I thought it was a suit jacket.
Well, also he has a logo now on his thing. Instead of it saying Sevelus anymore, now it says Nick. But he has a couple of new icons, new emotes that he's using, and one of them is a ghost in a bathrobe. And we were just kind of like shits and gigs, but it kind of came up like, dude, like you should brand as a guy in a bathrobe. Like you should go all over the place just in a bathrobe and take a bunch of photos and like rebrand as Ghostly Nick, but make that be your brand. There it is.
Get married in a bathrobe.
Go full bathrobe.
See the bathrobe there.
Full Lebowski.
It's,
burn your clothes in the front yard and wear a bathrobe.
There it is. I also thought that it would be like super funny if on some of these photos that he's taking, he has like a dick slip where we can like blur out that part,
like a Basic Instinct kind of moment.
Yeah.
So he's in a chair on the stream.
So I've ordered a bunch more bathrobes because I'm totally rebranding to being Nick, but keeping the ghosts and just like bathrobes are going to be my thing. Right, I'm gonna wear a bathrobe almost every stream.
I mean, it's been 3 weeks. I haven't seen you wear anything else besides bathrobes, so I think you've earned it.
And so I've ordered 3 new bathrobes in 3 different colors and styles, and I'm going to, once the better weather starts, when I start hiking, I'm gonna put one of the bathrobes in the backpack, and when I get to the end of the hike, I'm going to pull the bathrobe out and do some photo shoots all across this lovely state that I'm in. Oh, I got a train.
It's time.
And
10:20 train.
Those are going to be like my promo pics.
It's going to be awesome. I actually am super stoked for that. I know like branding is important when you're doing this online persona, online streaming, online gaming. Like, people want to like recognize you and like kind of have an idea of who you are just by what your logo looks like. So I think it's really important that you use that, like a natural and genuine kind of part of who you are into your brand, because that just makes it so much easier to, actually use on a regular basis. The Bathrobe Bandit, is that what you're gonna call Brooke?
Well, no.
Because look, like, I bought a bathrobe. It was a while ago, but I was like, I'm gonna be that dad that like always wears a bathrobe, and then like my wife stole it. It's gone. I don't have a bathrobe anymore.
Never gonna see that again.
Yeah.
Well, Brooke has her own bathrobe. I might have to steal hers once or twice.
Oh, that might be.
Oh,
that might be
snap.
good.
Is it a shorty?
Take it easy, Thanatos.
Yeah, man. I'm
Bye,
sorry.
man.
Thanatos.
Sorry that you're not.
No, but it
Sorry
is
you couldn't be
pink.
here.
Get some rest.
Real men wear pink.
Don't die. Yeah, don't die.
Yes, don't die. That's
Make sure to medicate and breathe and rest.
Medicare? What? I don't think he's that old for Medicare.
and sleep.
Speaking of dying.
He did just have a birthday. Yeah, don't die. So, I noticed that also Dave, for a long time, has been DaveBot, and he uses the robots as kind of his branding as well. I drew a picture as a joke not too long ago, and Can took it and turned it into a actual graphic.
Scalable vector.
You mentioned hoping to have one with a wizard hat. I'm actually gonna put work into that one and make it look good.
Killer.
Hey, buddy. Hey, what up, killer?
Hey, Killer.
Kill
I saw. Speaking of Killer, what happened with them with the voodoo donuts?
Uh-oh.
They look pretty.
There is a Voodoo Donuts in the area.
Yeah, he had a picture. It was like a voodoo doll, Long John. They was delicious.
How was that Super Saiyan, man? Was that as good as it looked? I like how Killer pops in and it's like, food!
Tell us about food.
Speaking my language.
Also very good. Right on, my dude. Maybe worth the Orlando trip. It's in. I thought it was in Tampa. I guess it's in Orlando. Right on. Well, hello, Killa. Welcome to the Fancy Schmancy Variety Show. We are rocking and rolling and enjoying ourselves tonight. Going back. Next time you go, dude, hit me up. We'll double date it. That's what's up. Going to double date. You and me and whoever else wants to date. As long as you and I are together. I got you, baby.
You should all go in bathrobes. Just saying.
That's your thing. Ditch the
So
kids.
I also have an idea for my my what's it called, subscriber badges.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make them just like an empty bathrobe, and then make them different colors for the different tiers.
I like that.
Speaking
like
of
that.
sub badges, I just uploaded mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do those have an approval time point, or you just put them on there and they're good?
Nope. Just put them on there and they're good.
What are yours, Dave?
It is a dumpster that progressively gets more on fire.
I love it.
I'm waiting for the first person to hit 3 months because it's going to be fantastic.
Nailed it. That is awesome.
Because right now it's just a dumpster.
Get together like City Walk or Disney Springs, something. Yeah, dude, absolutely. And now is the good time of year to actually go out and do stuff outside. So let me know. Right by. Cool. Perfect. Right by City Walk.
Ah, shit.
Beautiful. You guys are also invited to come down to Florida at any point in time you want to and double date with us. Any of you guys, if you want.
I plan to do that at the beginning of June.
Nice. You're going to turn it into the Guardian Con trip?
That is at the end of June.
Oh, so you're going to come down before
a
that.
time issue.
Yes.
Anybody else notice that Hockey's drinking a glass of wine too?
Yeah, it's probably just grape juice.
On top of that famous fancy tie.
it's Steve's first show, and he's already making us want to be better. Like, I need a glass of wine now.
Hey, bring up the level, boys. Bring it up.
Where's
Bring
my
it up.
where's
Give me
my
my
sipping
scotch.
whiskey for real?
I did consider like the first like episode or two wearing just like a suit from the waist up.
Oh, I'm not wearing pants.
Fair enough.
Chris and I actually have like printed tuxedo shirts.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I used to when I worked at the tux place because I thought it was funny.
I actually would have bought a tux from you if I would have walked in and saw you wearing that shirt. Our 2-day winter is over. That's true. We are going to get some rain this week and maybe the beginning of next week, and then I'll probably bring us down for a little bit longer. But after that, we're pretty much done. Canned, I noticed going back to the branding thing that you are you like so I don't want to like give away your whole first and last name or whatever, but your gamer tag is based around your actual name. You're one of the few people who actually do that.
It is me. That is my brand.
I never even
I
thought
change
of
all the
that.
time.
Yeah, C-A-N-D.
That is amazing. I never even put
Yeah,
that
it's-
math equation together.
Chris Andrews.
Yeah,
No.
close enough. And I just noticed. If you look at the Canned logo, it's one of those things where it's almost a palindrome. Like the image is almost reversible. It's like a
Oh, it is. You
Yeah.
flip it upside down, it's the same thing.
yeah. It's a and you hand drew that, didn't you?
I did hand draw the base, and then I threw it in that SVG and went crazy with it.
Right. You still use your hand on the mouse to make it work. It's all you. You didn't like take that from somewhere else.
Yeah. It's very,
It's
That's all.
very
Put
big.
my
deal.
hand on your logo.
Yes, please.
I also have a really weird tattoo. It looks like a jumbled mess, but yeah.
It says Sega.
Sega. I thought that was like a metal band name.
Sega.
Chaotica.
I saw someone post a picture of a bunch of sticks, like really skinny, long, thin sticks, all piled up, and they were like, "This is my new metal band name." It's pretty funny. It looks like sticks.
Ambigram. That's what it is. Ambigram.
I am using the same logo that I paid like $35 for 5 years ago from one of my
it's
best
free
friends named Ace Hiken.
Oh, yes.
Got a Monster Jam. Oh shit. That's what's up.
Monster Jam.
This Sunday.
You pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Monster Jam, dude, that was one of those things. Like when I was a kid, like we were super excited when we got to go to Monster Jam.
Oh, yeah.
There was
We
also
thought
there
this
was a
one night only.
well there was one of those deals where like you could get a ticket to Monster Jam and you would get like the WWF ticket for the next night in the same place.
Wildlife Foundation?
Well, back then it was World
Bunch of
Wrestling
pandas.
Federation.
Panda wrestling.
Yeah, pandas farked it up.
Hmm.
It was like 5 years ago. I had Ace make a logo for me just that I wanted to use just to have something, and I literally haven't changed it yet. I don't know if it's because I can't afford to or because I really like it. I think it's both.
You really like it.
So don't fix what ain't broke.
I can't afford to, really, but also I think it's a super good logo, and it's solid in like everything that I've ever put it on, so...
And we can never nail Ace down more than 5 minutes to get him to make another one.
That's
So.
also true. If I could find that guy, I would definitely commission him for more work.
Yeah.
You've gone to one wrestling event and it was
Yeah. It was
Well, I was like 8.5 when I went, so it was awesome.
That's
And you were
prime
like,
wrestling
Ultimate
time.
Yes.
Warrior!
Yes.
Yeah!
Yes.
'Cause that's
Actually, I think it
what
was-
happened to me too.
It was
In the Omaha Civic Arena.
oh my gosh. Yeah, Killa loves his wrestling. That's for sure. I forget who it was that I was rooting for. way back when, but it was not. Was his name Kane?
Oh yes, Kane.
Was there a guy named Kane?
The Undertaker's brother.
Yes. Okay. Yes. That guy was my dude. I liked him. Stop watching since you moved. Yeah, Florida will do that to you, man. It's like wrestling is out there in the real world now. Like those types of people they exist here.
That's like backyard wrestling.
That's
now
not a persona.
This guy's walking down the street and some guy suplexed the guy through a table. All right.
$15.
That's just
for
Florida.
Not bad.
We have Ohio Valley Wrestling. Oh my God, those people are crazy.
Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Yeah, that's just one of them. Yeah, that's just one of them.
Roof fix and adulting shit next weekend. Nice. I'm gonna be doing yard work all weekend, and then I'm gonna be packing up my house all week next week.
Why?
We're selling.
Oh yes, you have to pack your
Yeah.
shit and make it look
Exactly. Look like no one lives
all
here.
organized and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, one of the things the realtor kept saying that pissed me off. I know it pissed my wife off. Listen, have any of you guys sold a house?
Yes.
Nope.
Fucking, it's nerve-wracking, first of all. But also, like, you have to invite, like, fucking strangers into your house, and someone like the realtor or someone who's doing, like, renovations, like, they're going to say just the meanest, rudest shit about your house that they possibly can. Like, my realtor kept saying the word clutter, and I wanted to slap him. It's like, my house is not cluttered. I just cleaned it! There's stuff on the walls because we live here. You know? That's my
Right.
kids over there.
I know, but they have to imagine their stuff on the wall.
Exactly. I knew what he was saying, but it was just one of those things where like it did get a little frustrating.
What, man?
Killa's birthday is next Sunday. You better come to my house at some point, especially next weekend. At some point, I will put one in the air with you for sure.
Sunday.
Super Killa Sunday. Are you gonna stream at some point? That'd be lots of fun if you could stream at some point. I could then give you birthday bits.
Birthday biddies.
I was going somewhere with this. Yeah. So we have to move. Almost everything, and then we have this photographer guy who's going to come in once everything's done because we're renovating both bathrooms and the kitchen all at the same time. So like next week is going to be just an absolute fucking like Dave's new sub badges. It's going to be a
Dumpster fire.
continually more on fire dumpster fire till the end of the week. Hopefully it doesn't last any longer than that. Killa knows what birthday bits. He knows. Yeah, so that's next week is going to be like in here in the corner of the garage is unaffected. I don't have to worry about any of that
Because they're not
stuff.
buying the garage, it's not for sale. You're not leaving.
Well, they're just not
They don't have to see my shit bucket.
as like we don't want to we don't want to put our house up until we have a place that we want to make an offer on, so that there's no like gap where we have nowhere to live, you know?
Because a tent in Florida sucks.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And hotels here are in the middle of like Touristville, so it's like you really pay for that kind of stuff.
Cat.
So things are kind of up in the air there, but for the most part, like, you know, this next week is looking pretty good. I was talking to Nick about maybe throwing some funds together and buying one of our friends a video game,
Yeah.
but that friend would need to like play the game.
Yes.
It's not Sniper Elite or
Be
Destiny
right back.
or Modern Warfare or whatever that other one was. So I'm not sure he's gonna play it. But this next week would be a great time to jump into some Dying Light and really play some fun games with your friends. It's not Destiny.
Isn't Dying Light on Game Pass?
No,
Oh.
unfortunately, no.
Oh.
It is not.
Well, I just have to look around for it, that's all.
Well, don't look too hard because it'll be in an email at some point real soon.
Well, don't bother with that.
No, dude, like, listen, you can get the whole fucking thing for like $20. Gotcha. I've been meaning to get you a Christmas present anyways, so don't fucking buy it.
yeah.
I swear to God, if you buy it, you're gonna have 2 copies.
What?
What?
That's the end.
Okay.
If who buys what?
Moving in general sucks ass. Moving in general does suck. We're gonna buy Steve Dying Light. It is a 4-man co-op. And
Is it still $20?
yeah, it's like 23 something for like the following version, all that stuff.
Ooh.
Be careful with that, because when I was looking at doing something for somebody in the U.S., it said my code was only good in Canada.
Yeah, what the way that I gifted.
That's from Canada in
Yeah.
Canada, or from us to Canada is okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, plus the way that I gifted it, like it doesn't actually generate a code till it gets to you.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fancy way then. I got you.
Yeah. I use
Yeah.
the Microsoft Store.
Mm.
You know. The Microsoft
Okay.
Store.
You have to- but
So
then you have to
yes,
use the Microsoft Store.
I'm hoping next week we can get into some Dying Light 2, or sorry, some Dying Light also. While I continue to slog through The Witcher.
And finish it.
I'm gonna finish that game, probably.
Oh yeah, you're gonna reach the end wall of that game where
Yeah.
The Witcher says, "That's it."
I'm gonna find a place and go, this is good enough.
Legend tells that if you reach 9,999 hours in The Witcher just appears and says, "You have beat the game. Go to bed."
I'm gonna get there.
Go away.
I'm gonna get there. So like here's, and for anybody out there who hasn't played Dying Light, you're fucking missing out. Here's one of the things that I absolutely love about Dying Light, and that is, it is a very, very smart game as far as the controls, and the way that they use parkour to move you around the city just makes everything so much fun. But it's one of those games where you can like just blindly be a doofus and kill zombies, or you can really put a lot of effort into like setting things up and planning things out, and it's a very deliberate game, and it's like it's one of the most fun melee combat games I've ever played. And I've played about 7,000 hours of Skyrim. Probably. Which is a lot of melee combat. And I would say
Yeah.
Dying Light nailed it way, way better.
I don't play Skyrim because the combat is amazing. Actually, I don't know why the hell I play Skyrim.
I do.
I'm addicted to it. That's why I play
It's the
Skyrim.
best game ever created in the face of the
'Cause it's
planet.
Good.
It's even better than Pocket Pool, and I will stand by that.
Step.
Stand by me, oh
By-
darling.
Uh-oh. Say it again, Steve.
I'm okay, I think.
Okay, but I just didn't hear what you said.
Robo hockey.
It was like... Dying Light 2 was delayed.
It was delayed.
Cyberpunk was
Forever.
delayed.
I kind of expected Dying Light to be delayed.
I was actually
That's-
thinking the same thing.
Cyberpunk was a bit of a surprise out of left field.
I kind of felt like... So I read a few different things about why they were having the issue, and I believe that it depends on like which article you read, but it's basically like old gen is holding it back. And they were really unhappy with the way that it was playing on the Xbox One and the PS4. So they wanted
I
to
did
give
read
it
that.
they wanted to give it more time. They can like develop that more, I guess. But also, I think they want to release it at the same time that the new gen releases, like the Xbox Series X and the PS5, so that like
They can get that new one.
right,
the
so
new
that
gen.
people who like really want to, experience it the way that like they've made it. Probably right. Do you think they probably made it?
Should we already be at that point though? Like it just seems that we hit the ceiling on the PS4 and the Xbox One so quickly. I don't know.
How long has the Xbox and the PS4 been out? You guys know? 2013 didn't we say?
Was it 5 years?
PS4 was released November 15th, 2013.
Yeah. The
Okay,
so
but nobody could afford it till 2015.
holiday
probably.
2013, right? Most people got one 2014, 2015. Xbox is probably about the same time, right? They usually are pretty competitive.
October 2013.
Yeah. So like it has been almost
5 years of games.
Yeah. I don't know if we've I think that like no matter what, if you want to be up to date and have the best graphical quality and have the best possible playing experience out there, the PC is the way to go. There's no denying that fact. PC is the way to go. But then again, there's people who are like me. I'm a dad, and I have a bunch of shit to do and bills, and I don't want to have to worry about like every 6 months updating this and updating that, and do I need a new graphics card, and you know what I mean? Because like the best game at the best quality is not always going to be what I have time for or money for, anyways. So consoles, I believe, kind of bridge that gap between affordability and ease of use, and you know, at least being able to play every AAA game, just about every AAA game that's been thrown at it, right? So far.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So playing Dying Light on the PC versus playing it on the console now, I will say it is a much more stable platform on the console.
Yeah.
That being said, I will say the console-based gaming is also for those guys that just don't want to deal with that frustration of, oh, I got to download this patch to upgrade my whatever every 2.5 months, or else I'm not going to be able to have, you know,
or
the maximum.
When is that patch coming out?
Plus, like I don't know, like I find it weird, you know, to have like everything on my PC, like all of it on the PC. Like I like the fact that it's like my games will always play if this box works. And like I don't got to worry about like this box saying like, oh, you watch too much Pornhub, we're gonna fucking shut down because we're full of viruses. Like, you know, Windows 10 updated and now all your settings are fucked. Like my Xbox doesn't do that to me.
Right.
And I feel like that's one of the biggest things. Like people who are maybe not so tech savvy don't want to deal with that shit. Like no one wants to deal with, you know, having to upgrade and update and, you know, turn your fucking computer on and off like 6 different times to get the update to hold, and are your drivers there, and did you add a USB, or did something get unplugged? And it's just all the stuff that happens that makes PC gaming like a lot more maintenance hazard, whereas like having a console is like the box works because it's a game box and it does game box things.
So is console gaming for dummies? Is that what we're saying here?
See, I think it's simple enough where you could be gaming for dummies, but I also think that it does feel, at least up until there's a new console, a new generation coming out, it does feel, you know, a lot of people get, even though it's not 1080 at 60 frames every single game, they still get a pretty good, you know, return for their investment on quality of games. Seems easier, just go to the game, there you go. And like PC is the same way though. That's what's so strange about it, is like, you know, if you want to pull a PC game up, you go to the launcher and launch the game, and it's right there in front of you. Other programs up, hogging RAM and memory, and that's kind of what I mean. Like you have a box that plays games. The game box does the game box stuff, and that's the end of it. So this new console coming out, it's like it's supposed to be. Obviously they want it to run faster. They wanted to have, you know, better output. They're both going to be 4K minimum. That's like the base is going to be 4K. I think they're both going to have SSDs so that like the processing is much faster. Games don't live on the SSD. Games will live on the storage, and so that's kind
as they should.
Right, just like separate that out. I think that more and more the console is going to look and like reflect the right kind of PC proven setups, but like still be that simplified everything in a box kind of deal. So as we progress, Dying Light 2, Cyberpunk 2077, both those games I believe could run. Hopefully that's why they're taking their time and making it longer, so it could run on the old gen, but it's really meant for the new gen. Do you guys remember when Destiny dropped?
Yes.
It was fucking awesome.
But they kind of had the same deal, didn't they? Where they had to like slow down, take the time on the release. They made it to where, what was it? Rise of Iron. When they
that was the last one of D1.
Trying to think. So they went from being on PS3 to being on PS4, but they had to like change the game, right?
There were certain things they were able to adjust at Rise of Iron because then they closed up the updates to the PS3, Xbox.
They like shut that down, and no longer will it be PS3 updated, but now it's PS4 moving forward. But when they were actually releasing in 2014, when they were releasing the game, it was just like 6 months after the PS4 was dropped. They released their game like, I believe they were building it for the PS3 or that generation of game, and then Sony came out and said we got a new console, and Xbox said we got a new console, and then 6 months later, Destiny is now ready to be released because it's now compatible with the old and new gen. That's kind of the same deal. I feel like both of these game companies, they may even delay it longer. But I feel like they're saying this game is really intended for new gen consoles because of how big and how expansive and how detail oriented we're being in these games, and it makes more sense for us to take the time. Maybe these next 6 months are going to be like, let's make sure it works on the old gen, but our game is really intended for this new console.
How would you feel though if they said we're not doing old console? It's going to be the flagship game of the new consoles, so
fine.
that it's ready and great to run.
I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't have a problem. I think there'd be a lot of folks who wouldn't be happy with that. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone's going to be able to go buy the new gen as soon as it drops.
No, I agree, but if you're holding back a game and you're reducing this and that to run on old stuff, I think there's something to be said about that too.
Yeah, I mean, but if you don't include the current gen when you're releasing your game, you're not going to be able to sell probably half as many copies. You're really limiting like people who are going to be interested in buying it. So it's kind of like
your cash.
You got to make it stupid to work on the stupid machine, but really we bought it really smart for the smart machine.
Yeah.
I think about that with Switch ports. How they re-release games on the Switch, and it's like, this didn't run well on PS4. Why would it run well on the Switch?
What is it? What is an example of a game that they just ported? Did
Ark.
Ark? Well, Ark never ran well
terrible.
anywhere. I've never seen anyone ever on any console, PC, giant fucking IBM
It runs
massive
great if
launching
you're
machine.
playing in your own thing.
I never played Skyrim, but Skyrim on Switch
is
like
not so good.
30 frames.
Hot trash.
I have Skyrim for the Switch. I have now owned Skyrim on every console that it has ever been released on.
Same with me in Minecraft.
I will say it is playable.
But it's not as good as any of the other versions.
No, it
So
definitely.
didn't they just port The Witcher to the Switch as well?
The Witcher, yeah.
I mean,
And
they have to have dumbed that down, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Like they have
Oh
to,
my
like,
gosh, yes.
Like graphically, yes.
like neutered that
they
game
had to.
basically.
Yeah. That's why
There's
I don't
like-
understand why they keep trying to do that, but whatever.
I mean, like there's certain games that I guess are considered classics that they want to be able to make like, hey, even though we're
We have this game too.
not necessarily like
There's like no how you can like
Overwatch was another one.
Overwatch.
You can-
They
Overwatch,
ported
yeah.
Overwatch over.
They
Yeah.
ported Overwatch to Switch like 6 months ago, and it runs like hot garbage. I haven't played it. I don't know.
I mean, I think
That's like if
good.
that's like if they would try to port Destiny over. It's like, oh, there's just too much shit going on right now. I can't keep up with the frames.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure that joke that they made about Skyrim being released on the Alexa, that's basically like pointing the finger at all these companies doing that whole like retro release thing where it's like, yeah, it can, but why, right?
you can now play Skyrim on your Alexa microwave.
Well, and like poking fun at themselves for re-releasing it so many
Right?
times,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I don't know. Do you guys think it's necessary for games who are like, maybe considered like a staple in that particular generation? Do you think it's necessary for them to have to like broaden like where they've dropped their game?
I don't think they need to. What I think is amazing about Skyrim is it was released how long ago?
November 11th, 2011.
8 years ago.
I think it's the 11th.
Almost a decade.
November 11th, 2011.
Yeah, 11/11/11 is when it was released.
And it's still relevant to today in the gaming world.
It's true.
That's because they haven't made a new one.
Thank
also
God
true.
for mods.
Yes, the modding community saved the longevity of that game for sure.
Well, that and everything else that Bethesda's come out with.
But it's like
Such crap.
do you think that like they should have done that, or do you think that like putting it on the Switch and moving it to as many platforms as they possibly can, like going from
Pixel.
Xbox 360,
So much for that host.
going from Xbox 360, going from PS3 up to PS4, like do you think they're going to be a Skyrim version for the PS5? Do you think they're going to have like an updated
I
PS5?
already saw a fake box art for it.
You did?
I laughed. I was like, God damn it.
I kind of want them to do that. I would play it, is what I'm saying. that's all I'm saying. I'm probably not alone in that either.
I mean, I would probably end up getting it when the nostalgia hit me too hard.
Yeah.
But I think that's a different scenario than taking a game like Witcher and knocking it down and to put on the Switch and removing how many aspects of it. You can almost see through what they're doing there.
Do you think that's a good like ploy, or do you think people kind of like you
see through that?
You just want money, right?
I think it really kicked in. I mean, it's happened a couple times, but it like one of the most recent games that's done it, a bigger one, was like Bungie. They're like, oh, here's the game. Woo! We just downloaded or put out new content. Here, buy all this and the DLC for the same price as the people bought before.
That's
and
true.
the people that had it before, all right, you're gonna give us another $30-$40.
Look, but like, what fucking company out there is not going to go, hey, we could make money. Let's not.
Right. As a business idea, it is perfect because dumbasses like us will do it.
Do you think Destiny's going to go to the Switch?
No.
No.
I don't think Destiny can run on the Switch.
I think Destiny 3 will.
Really? First of all, you think there's going to be a Destiny 3?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I think it's going
Why
to be
not?
I sort
Destiny
of wonder
2.
how much they can add to Destiny 2 before they need to go to a next.
So the reason why they even made a Destiny 2 was because the game driver for Destiny 1, they had reached
The
its
engine?
maximum potential. Yeah.
Right.
That's
The
also
engine-
why Rise of Iron wasn't on PS3 and they had to go to only PS4.
Well, that was because the PS3 didn't have enough RAM and operating memory capability in order to run Rise of Iron.
Well,
Okay,
and
but-
with the 360 as well.
So hold on. Pixie, if it was a game you loved, though, would you buy it? Like if you had the cash to pick up a game that maybe is not quite up to the same fidelity as the original, like would you buy it for the Switch because it was like Seth mentioned, like nostalgia reasons, or just
I
like
would.
ease of use, like just the convenience of being able to pull up Skyrim while you're waiting in line at the DMV or something, like isn't that kind of the point of the Switch?
Hey, how'd you know what I was doing when I got my new driver's license?
That's what everyone does now.
I just watched an episode of Family Guy, and Peter took Brian to the husband's restaurant, and he took off the wedding ring, and it turned into the DMV. When you wear it, you wear a polo and some khaki shorts and some sandals. And then they walked in, and everybody's wearing the same shit. He's like, all right, look, you're way too skinny. You're holding too much shit in. Just take a deep breath out. And he did, and he just swelled up like a balloon. He's like, oh, this feels fantastic. Sorry.
Oh my gosh! But like Pixie's pointing out, like she bought the same book with 5 different colors because she likes the book. What I'm saying is like, yes, Steve is right. It sucks to like play a neutered version of one of your favorite games, but if you can play it while you're taking a shit, it's kind of worth it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Symphony of the Night, Castlevania, to be put on there. I really love that game. And you can't really dumb it down too much because it's still that like 32-bit.
Yes, like yeah.
graphics.
It's already like
And
retro style already.
Pretty dumbed down.
Right. So all they can do is improve.
All I know is if you tell anybody outside your gaming circle what you've done with Destiny the game and how many different copies you've bought and DLCs upon DL, they'll think you're nuts.
That's true. That's true. But then,
That's so stupid.
then you can turn around on them and be like, well, how many times have you bought a $7 beer from a ball game?
Yep. Yeah,
Right. When you could have drank out in the parking lot.
Wait.
with me.
Ball game beers are only $7 now. When did they go down?
Yeah.
You've never had
They
a
were like
$7
14.
8-ounce cup of beer? No. We usually go. We are close to where the Detroit Tigers go for spring training,
Okay.
and they do like a community night, and they got like the little 8-ounce cups of beers for $7.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just
beer shooters.
Basically, it's like a shot and a half.
Pretty much.
But yeah, like it's just one of those things, like Steve's saying, where if you put this in context of the real world out there, where people are buying $9 coffees, like you tell someone like I spent about $375 on this one game for like the last 6 years, they're gonna be like, something's wrong with you.
Wow.
I gotta point out since I mod for the Sims community laughs at Destiny and how much we spent on Destiny. They're like, you only spent $300 on Destiny?
Yeah, because like Sims is fucking expensive, right?
Yeah.
Sims is that's like a lifetime commitment. You need to take a loan out to play all the Sims games.
I remember
counted
playing
it up one time for me, and I was like, Jesus.
I remember playing day one Sims. It was fucking great.
Oh my god!
Did you guys ever play Sims?
I played Sims 1.
Like the original just Sims?
PS2.
So, so you didn't play it on the computer where you could put a mod on there to remove that blur when they're in the shower?
Yes.
I could just see 8-year-old bearded Can like taking off like Sims clothes.
Guess what mod I downloaded?
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
I'm looking at pixel boobies, Mom.
Pixel boobies are not real boobies.
Now that takes me over to Tomb Raider. Pixel boobs.
Oh yeah. The really pointed polygon phalagonic. How do you say
Yes.
You
whatever
know what's
it is.
crazy
Is that like marrying more than one person?
That's
polyamory?
Polygamy.
No. It's fun. It's the same thing.
Pixie knows.
I never played these games when they were new because my first video game console was actually the PlayStation 3.
Same.
I did not start
Atari?
video gaming until the PS3 was
2600,
released.
baby.
My uncle would visit us a lot, and he like left his Atari at our house. So like that kind of was my first console, but like we didn't buy one. We never really played it very often because there was 4 of us and only like one controller, and things got really heated when people would die or.
And it would get put away pretty quickly.
It stayed in the closet a lot. Same thing when my mom like broke down and bought a Super NES.
Man, that shit was great.
I played maybe 3 hours of that thing and never touched it again.
All right, so I played the Atari. A little bit. I played the Nintendo. Had the Nintendo. Had a Sega.
Genesis.
And my cousins had the NES, and I was so jealous because they had some games that I couldn't get. But I had Vector Man.
They always had better games. Oh, Vector Man was awesome.
I forgot how old I am. I spent a lot of my time as a kid like playing outside, and then I started to learn how to play drums when I was like 14. So video games didn't play a very large part of my.
Then he was inside beating the skins all day.
I was
And also drumming.
I was outside beating skins mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Clapping sheet. I mean,
Sweaty. It was sweaty.
Tree fitty.
Video gaming can wait.
Yeah.
Now, even though I've played a shit ton of games, I was still constantly outside. I'm like extremely pale compared to what I used to look like. And I hold that year-round tan, so well. not anymore because I'm a hermit and I don't like to go outside. Outside hurts.
Outside's bad.
Right.
Son.
Outside is bad.
The graphics are great, but the story sucks.
Nailed it, Nick.
Tutorial was too short.
Wait, there's a tutorial?
And there is fall damage.
You definitely call that.
It gets worse. It gets worse the longer you play.
That's right.
It's free to play till you're 18, and then it's pay to win.
Yeah. DLCs are horrible.
To increase your base carry weight, it really hurts when you fall.
If you know the game moderators, whew, it's cheat mode on steroids.
You just hit the tilde thing and then type in toggle God mode. And then plow
Open the
through
command
Chick-fil-A.
console.
Then you plow your truck through a Chick-fil-A, and then
I do that regularly.
Oh, glasses
that
transition.
happened here a few months ago. I'm pretty
Really?
sure that guy was on drugs.
And he didn't share.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. He's dead.
Well, obviously
hilarious
he didn't
picture.
activate God mode.
Forgot to toggle God mode on.
No, she toggled God mode with her reflective leg.
Oh God. I'm blind.
Tell me you're not taking the trash out again.
No.
Damn you, Mother Nature.
Trash day is yesterday.
Yeah, and I didn't take my trash out. I thought that King Day would have pushed him back a day, but it didn't.
My trash day was
I was
on
kinda
Monday,
sad.
and they came anyways.
I if I have a question on whether it's trash day or not, I just call the trash people and be like, "Hey, are you delivering trash today?"
You can call your trash people?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. They deliver trash to you?
When are you
Yeah.
delivering trash today? We don't deliver, sir.
They're like reverse DoorDash.
We pick up your trash, sir.
Wait, they pick your guys' trash up?
Maybe that's where all my trash has been going.
How do you think you got all those sweet bathrobes?
Yeah.
Who's throwing out bathrobes?
Well, Hugh Hefner's dead now, so.
Ah, true.
Sneak, thanks for that host, bud.
Hey, I totally forgot to do that earlier, man. Just wanna
Yeah,
make
it's all
sure-
good.
I want to make sure I got it in there.
Whoops.
A hosty schmosty.
And if it's Nick, it's a ghosty hosty.
So, Steve, I have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
This is your
Yes.
first fancy schmancy show.
Mm-hmm.
How do you fare? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What
How
is
do you
it?
plead?
I
Basically,
plead
you're
guilty.
saying, are you coming back next time? That's
Oh yeah, this is just like us hanging out at any other time.
Totally.
You know what? And we're just trying to keep some sort of a format to it, and then it goes off the rails and to this side of the room and back to the
So-
middle. And
You
Welcome
described
to
it
the
perfectly.
show.
yeah,
Speaking of, Steve is always been a part of our main crew, and I have always tried to find ways to fit him in because I enjoy having him around, and he's a really good. He actually helps me think things through, which I have a problem with. But Steve's not like a streamer, so he's
You
always.
have problems with Steve helping you think things through?
I have problems thinking things through, and Steve helps me. I
Oh,
said that.
okay.
I don't think through
Thanks,
things.
Dad.
I don't think things through.
sometimes my brain does not shut off.
And
It's not good.
Steve's always like sending me like little things like, "Hey man, did you think about this shit?" And it's like, "Fuck, Steve, I didn't, but now that I am, I'm so good." So Steve is he's always been a part of the crew. He's just been, not with a face because he doesn't stream. So now he's forced to show his face.
We drug him from the shadows.
Voice of reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes. One of my favorite memories, and I'm going to share this every time we talk about it, is Steve cutting my grass in the rain. I don't think I've seen a funnier lawn being mowed than that in my entire life. It was.
We should have taken a video so
Really
it could
should've.
be a GIF.
Really should have. It was magnificent. It was like storming in like the most torrential downpour storming Florida rain storm
In
you
the
could
Florida
possibly think
wave.
of. And Steve is just like drenched head to toe, just running.
Gotta get it
across
done.
the backyard. It was
Well,
great.
I realized after staying there for a week that if we didn't finish, it was gonna grow.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yep.
I'm actually only cutting the grass once every other week now. But in a couple weeks it'll I have to go back to it every week.
By the time Steve got to the door, got done cutting the grass, the back of the yard was already.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yes, Florida does have that kind of growing season. It would seem.
yeah. It's strange, but there's like probably 2 or 3 months over the summer where I have to cut the grass like on Monday and then Friday.
Brutal.
Yeah. Otherwise,
you should leave that shithole.
I'm going to. As soon as my children can tell their mother to F off, we're all going to F off together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
During the 4 months of daily rain, there is a season for that as well. Florida's a strange place, guys, and not just because of the people. I think it maybe all the water is what does it.
Water drives me crazy.
Something in the water down here, and there's so much of it everywhere that it just permeates.
Swamp
Meth.
kittens.
Swamp kitties, yeah, also that.
Swamp kitties on meth.
The old meth water.
Oh, meth water.
Got quiet.
It did.
I'm really vibing with this music right now. It sounds like what you'd hear
I
like
can't
an
hear
elevator.
it, but
Yeah, we can't hear it.
Let's see. No one talk. Yeah. See.
got in the elevator.
See.
I can see.
It's it kind of reminds me of like if you guys have ever taken one of those like learn how to play along with this song. I don't know if you guys ever played an instrument, but it sounds like one of those backing tracks that you would hear
Yes.
like when you're trying to play like oboe or some shit, you know? Like you got like a fucking flute going on playing over this track.
He keeps talking about all these. What about
How
the
did the-
sax?
How did the flute go?
Like this.
Wait, both?
Sometimes,
Yes.
You know?
Flute is a two-handed instrument.
Yeah, and it is
But
like this.
it's usually flip flopped.
Yeah.
No, I like that he was like this.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is how I play because I'm a badass."
I didn't play flute if you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, you did.
No.
I can play the flute.
I can play. I know how to, but I never learned to be very good at it. I can play just about anything, at least a little bit, but
My girlfriend had a flute, and
I have
played around
nipples.
with that a
Can you
little bit.
play my nipples?
with the right amount of
Yep.
wind, you can probably do it.
okay, we got to nipples in the second hour. I'm proud of us. Last time, we
Yep, not bad.
right there last time. That's totally cool. We've nailed all the stuff that we had show notes for. So if there's anything else, you guys are it's free time. Questions from chat. Also, any personal stories. If you guys want to rant, rave, talk shit, now's the time.
I once had my nipples pierced.
I once pierced my own nipple, and I didn't go any farther than
I
that.
did have my
I
eyebrow
once
pierced.
Nick and Can's nipples. No.
Oh,
Just to bridge that story.
that's gross. I used to have my eyebrows pierced, my ears pierced. I had my lip pierced like in 3 different places, and I knew a guy who had his penis pierced 9 times.
Wow.
He's also the guy that was in the Navy.
Yeah,
that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like a shower head.
Yeah. It wasn't pierced like that. It was like down
It was
the underneath
pierced-
side. It was
Yeah,
like
that
bars
way-
across like it was like 9 bars across the underneath side.
That way he can use it as like a fishing rod. Just
Yeah.
thread some.
He called it he called it Jacob's ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah. I thought it was probably pretty noisy actually. To have that many.
I thought you left your keys at home. Sorry.
That's not the keys.
So like an
Jingle,
old
jingle,
cowboy with the
jingle.
spurs.
He's also the guy that has a tattoo on his belly, where it's a very bad tattoo. It's like a very shittily done tattoo, but it's a woman with her legs spread, and his belly button is her hoo-ha.
Jeez. This guy makes all kinds of decisions.
I thought you were gonna say butthole, but
Oh my god!
So
It was probably the debate.
Oh,
back in the day when I did wildland firefighting, I was on a hotshot crew. I don't know if you all know what that is, but it's like the special forces of
I
wildland
just
firefighting.
imagine Top Gun.
Yep.
Exactly.
Was one of the
That was
guys Will
Maverick.
Ferrell
Got it.
and John C. Reilly? Is this a movie? Are you describing a movie? Step Brothers.
So,
Were you building bunk beds?
so the way it worked is we worked on contract for the Department of Wildlife, and we would be on a fire for I don't know, like 30 days straight, and then we would get 11 days off. Well, we were all on the same crew, and it was 11 of us guys, and then the crew chief.
11 guys, 11 days off. Okay.
Yep.
Carry on.
Hang on a minute. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You're fighting at the same fire for 30 days?
Yes. Or a different fire, but basically you work for 30 days straight and then you get 11 days off.
You guys were like really bad at fighting fires then, right?
Well, there's only 11 of them.
They're like,
So a hotshot crew is the crew that basically they go in behind in an area where nobody else can get to. You get dropped in via helicopter, or sometimes you drop in via plane with a parachute.
You're like the Navy SEAL of firefighters.
Kind of.
I'm
Okay.
thinking less days off and more success at fighting fires.
Anywho, so we got done with a fire, and we were on R&R for our 11 days, and one of the guys on the crew just disappeared. Like, we had no clue where he was at for those 11 days.
Good old
And
Shifty.
we would get paid really well, and so we would
Okay.
party really hard. I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
And so we get our emergency pager thing calling us back a couple days early. So we all go meet at the office, and he comes stumbling in like halfway drunk like the rest of us. And they're like, we're doing a prescription burn, which is like something super easy. It's like kindergarten level stuff for a wildland firefighting crew. And so we're doing our thing, and this one guy is just like still. It's like 3 days later, and he's still under the weather. And
Under the
so
weather. Okay.
yeah, so we make him our lookout to make sure that the prescribed burn isn't coming towards us as we're cutting fire line. And then all of a sudden, he just screams and goes running, just like sprinting down the emergency evac lane. So we freak out and do the same thing, thinking the fire is heading straight for us. We get in the trucks, and we just Charlie Mike the fuck out of there as fast as we can. And he is just screaming and yelling and hollering the entire time. And we're like, what the hell? And he's like, take me to the hospital now. Well, he got his dick pierced, and it ripped out as he was crawling around in the woods, and split his dong. Just
his outie became a owie.
Wow, it's like the head of that like Demogorgon on Stranger Things.
Double trouble.
Well, you know when you stick a hot dog in the microwave and it splits open.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because he had the ball at the tip, and then all the way down the shaft, hooked out, and it ripped or grabbed onto a piece of his clothing or something, and
I'm a head
he
out.
was.
I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna need a
Damn.
minute.
F's in chat, please.
Oh my gosh. See, I'm just wondering, like, who's gonna tell you firefighters that water does the job? If there's
Well-
if there's 11 of you guys fighting fires, and you're like the special ops crew, like you should know that water will do it, right?
Well,
I don't think
kind of.
Shifty should have come back from leave.
Yeah, he probably should have stayed gone, taking his money and ran.
Well, not just that, but why was he running to increase his heart rate?
He was probably
Yeah.
pinching it off, like
Just like
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
See, like, what's actually funny is like, I remember reading an article about how the penis piercing came to be, and I believe that they said that it was pirates would pierce their penis,
Arr.
and it would be like a clamp system. They'd also pierce the side of their leg, and they would like clamp their penis piercing to their leg piercing to keep it out of the way, so they can do all that going up and down the pole and climbing on the
Swashbuckling.
ropes and all that stuff without like having their junk in the way.
Who tests that crap
What?
out?
I don't know. I think it was MythBusters. Didn't they do a pirate?
If I nail,
Did they do a
I
pirate
bet you if I
episode?
nail this to the side of my leg, I'll have a much better day on the ship.
I bet if it was just attached over here.
Take
That-
a
that
coconut,
doesn't-
cut it in half, put it on your junk. Cop.
I mean, like, listen, it's either that or like maybe someone or many someone's got like rope burn so bad it fell off, and they were like, you know, there's probably a better solution here.
Staple it back on, boys.
or don't hold the rope too damn tight.
I mean, or you know, fall 30 feet to the deck and die.
Don't
maybe?
grab the rope with your dong.
You really
I've
have to
done
like
that
think
as
about
a
what the
kid, too.
hazards
You
are
do that.
that cause them to think of this solution up, right? Like probably someone at some point, many someone's, I would say, had an accident where.
Poor Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
He's the guinea pig.
Here, Bobby, nail your dick to your leg and go down the pole. Tell us if it fell off when we get to the bottom.
We
No,
tried
it's-
using rubber bands, but
Oh, it's definitely one of those things. Like my friend from the Navy is definitely one of those guys who he has no like moral compass whatsoever. He was talking about how
No
like
boundaries.
he didn't even know like what his job really was. He was supposed to be welding stuff, but like he didn't go to work very often. He only lasted like 4 years. And he said that the only thing that kept him going was like every port he would go find a different prostitute, and it was like like him and his friends would have contests to see like, you know, who has had sex in the many different countries and places that they visited, and that was like what the Navy was about. It had nothing to do with him actually learning how to weld or, you know, like protecting the country in any way, shape, or form. It was just about getting
The poontang.
getting more ladders on his Jacob's ladder, getting more rungs.
more STDs.
I mean,
Antibiotics, boys. Line up.
there's a ship medic for a reason, right?
And a whole lot of penicillin on that boat.
Speaking of all these piercings, have you all ever watched Strangeland with D. Snyder?
I've seen a couple episodes of that, I think.
It's a movie.
Oh, then no. Sorry.
Did they come out with a series of it?
I think maybe I was thinking about something else like Oddities or something.
Oddities. That was a crazy show too. Yeah, it's just a
Strangeland.
movie.
Was there a guy with piercings in that one?
Yeah, D. Snyder, the lead singer of Twisted Sisters.
Right, but like, I don't know. Maybe I missed the point.
Yes, he
He's not
had
gonna take it
piercings
anymore.
all over. Hold on. And then he like hung from the ceiling and all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah, he was one of those suspension people.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that? The suspension people.
Yeah.
I once.
I actually know a guy who does that professionally.
Wow.
Like he's like, oh, you get turned on by being hung by hooks? Well, guess what? Pay me $700 and I will hang you by hooks.
It's a lot of money.
It
for...
turns into what's that game? Dead by Daylight.
Dead by
Anybody
Daylight.
wanna play a game?
Hook, put you on a meat hook and shit.
Sacrificing to the entity. I posted that picture in the chat
yeah.
below the video.
He has all the fake tattoos.
Yes.
Wow. So let's go full circle here and come back to anything besides what we were just talking about. We got on a dick tangent that I didn't think we were gonna come back from.
That was not in the agenda.
It was a lot longer than we expected.
Oh.
Let me add it to next week's agenda so we know to block out some time for it.
For follow-up, we're going to call the guy from
Dick
the
tangent.
and get him in here live.
I might actually can like do that. He might be able to tell some stories if you guys are interested.
I liked Sev's story last night about the guy who didn't get ice cream in Afghanistan.
Can you tell us that story, Sev?
That was a good one.
So, without getting into too much detail, there was an incident when I was in Afghanistan where a particular individual, while we were out in patrol in our armored vehicles, decided to shoot at us with a pistol. Now, if you've ever shot at a tank with a pistol, you would know it doesn't work out so well.
I saw that Tom Hanks movie.
And so this guy shoots at us with a pistol, and our rules of engagement said that if you get attacked, you attack back. So, yeah, he didn't survive very well.
Well, that's not what I heard. I heard you said, bad guy, you don't get no ice cream, and he was so sad.
And that was the end of
no
the
tacos either.
He
was so sad.
he did not have a good day.
He had not a good day. The guy with a pistol versus the tank.
Yeah, we put more holes in him than,
You Swiss cheesed him.
It was worse than Swiss cheese. There was not much left of him.
Ice cream would not have helped him.
So it was only one shot, right?
Wouldn't have hurt him though.
Well, no, because we didn't have like the main tank cannon, the 120 millimeter thing. We actually what we had was a 240 Bravo, which is, if anybody's aware of that, it shoots a 7.62 round.
I don't know what that is. It scares me.
All I know is big bullet. That's all
About
I know.
about that big.
That's a big bullet.
Sounds scary.
Yeah.
I just heard big bullet.
We shot him like 150 times with that. He didn't get ice cream.
Did you tell him to walk it off afterward?
I don't think his legs were attached.
Well, I regret bringing this up.
So where is he now?
Dead.
He went all the way to Hollywood.
He's groveling somewhere.
That was Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
You ain't got no legs.
There's only a couple things that really happened of any seriousness while I was overseas, and I mean, while that one was kind of sad and sombering, it really wasn't all that serious because, he shot at us
There's
with
no
a
real
pistol.
threat there, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
What we kind of think happened is that his family was probably kidnapped and he was forced to do that, or else they were gonna hurt his family.
Whoever thought of that plan is an idiot.
Yeah.
This is a bad plan.
They're not the brightest group in the world,
It's just a bad plan, you guys. If you want to shoot a tank, don't use a pistol.
In other news,
Use
that's
another
not so depressing with Afghanistan, We actually legitimately tried to make coffee using Red Bull instead of water.
And
It does not work out. High fructose corn syrup does not boil well. It burns.
I smelled colors.
I smelled burntness.
Burnt
That's
colors.
for sure. Now you
I
can
haven't slept since.
Must
you
have been a
can
burn
cold
orange.
brew it, and that works out pretty well.
I'm
But
just
yeah.
appalled that you would try to mix anything with coffee that's not proper coffee.
Water.
Pretty upset with you now.
I don't actually drink coffee. I'm sorry.
I'm even more upset now.
You shouldn't have said that.
That's a mistake.
That's a paddling is what that
So
is.
sad. Paddling.
That's a paddling.
No tacos for 10 minutes.
Damn it. The stack of 50
but
tacos.
I just took out this
that I was
plate of
eating.
tacos.
That's a paddling.
That's a paddling.
Gentlemen,
Okay, there's
I'm
one
gonna have
topic that
some.
we didn't talk
Yeah,
about unless we're
Okay.
wrapping it up. Growth of the
Oh,
Thieves
God.
Den.
That is a good topic. We skipped it
what's going
last
on,
time.
Trifle?
Mm-hmm. Are we tabling it till next meeting as well?
Oh no, I'm good to talk now if you guys are. Oh,
We'll have to fit it in just after
that son of a bitch.
the Wang tangent.
There we go. Sorry guys. Sometimes.
Oh
update,
shit!
update on Navy Gay.
Sometimes the internet does stupid stuff. I know we keep trying to fill raid teams, and it's fucking hard to fill raid teams. For some reason, it didn't used to be this hard.
Crossplay.
Yep,
Mm.
that would be it. Also, like, I don't think we've actually gotten serious about trying to fill the raid team, because if we were trying to get serious about it, we would be on LFG sites and we would be
Mm-hmm.
putting word out in other places besides just, you know, the few people that we talk to on Discord and Twitter.
Yeah,
so.
but you guys want to have fun.
Right.
You don't want to
Right.
have the try hard.
Right, and that's
dildo.
that's where it all kind of comes together for me. Is it's like, it's not about the raid. I don't fucking give a shit about the completion. I don't. And that's like, you know, the exact same thing that Chaos Pixie said is like what most people feel like when you mention let's do raid, like, oh, I'm not ready for it. But it's like, it literally isn't that hard. And if it is, then we'll just fuck around and have fun. And like, even if we don't finish, like, who gives a shit? We spent time playing together as 6 people on a team, working together for the same deal. Like, that's the point. Like, spending time with your friends working together. And I don't want it to be, you know, like, let's get a completion and I want to know the best fucking, like, we'll only use meta weapons, and like there's too much of that kind of feeling, I think, when people mention raids. And I don't know how to make it apparent or obvious, like, hey, we really just want to, you know, block out time with 5 of my friends and play the same game together. Like, that's really what the raid is about.
And that's why I added on to that tweet saying that we're not wearing our try pants and
Right.
that we, you know, because you don't even get a sniff on that stuff. And it's like, do we have to distribute Xbox Ones across this country, or what's the deal? like it's a real problem because you don't even get a sniff.
I will say this. I have given consoles away to a few people now that we've been friends with, and
They take that shit and leave.
We've been.
Oh my god.
one, yeah, he just took it and took off, and then the other one, like, I bought him a console, and he's like, hey, he's super appreciative. He's like, how can I ever thank you? And I was like, well, you know,
Play
you're short on
game.
you're short on money. I'm short on money. Let's play, you know, Fortnite together, because, you know, I don't want to buy a game for a console that I'm not gonna, you know, play very frequently, and I know you're not going to either. So let's just download a free game and play it. And his answer on live stream as he was playing and thanking me for buying him a console was, "Oh,
Hell to the no.
well, less than 60 frames per second. That's beneath me."
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
That's a yikes. for
So
me.
I'm not
Gift
buying
cards,
anybody a console
mouth.
ever again.
Yeah,
Sorry
no,
guys.
PC Master Race.
Definitely. I was actually a recipient of a giveaway console. Bacon bought one for me, which is pretty neat. And now that's like all I play on is Xbox. So changed my life.
It's
Mhm.
Bacon's fault.
Changed my life.
If I'm not mistaken, you got your PS4 given to you as well.
That was a bachelor present.
I remember.
I remember too, because the idiot that got
Pepperidge
it.
Farm remembers.
The idiot that got it actually was supposed to be hiding it and invited me in his car with it sitting in the seat next to him. I was like, "Hey, that's mine, isn't it?" And he's like, "Your wife's gonna kill
no.
me." But yeah, it's just one of those things where I would love to be able to raid, but it doesn't look like raids happen. So we usually end up just fucking around in PvP for a while, or changing over to Modern Warfare, or finding some other game that we can play that's cooperative and engrossing. But Destiny just continues to slip further away. It's just hard to get that cohesive, consistent group together.
Yeah, but
And there's only so many times I can do the same strike.
Right.
Whether we wanted it or not.
I
We stepped into
We stepped into a war with Cabal.
actually I saw a tweet earlier today that I thought was pretty accurate. The guy said in D1 I wanted to play all the time, but there was not a whole lot to do. And then in D2 there's so much to do that I don't want to play all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I sometimes
D1
open
I
D2 and just go,
All the time.
Yeah, where do I what do I do? Yeah.
Let's go patrol Earth.
Well, right? But it's like there's stuff that I could work towards getting, but I would need to invest my whole next 2 weeks getting it, and then
Yeah.
I've got it, and then that's cool and all, but it was just another gun. It's just another gun. It'll always be just another gun, and I don't think they've made anything recently that's been different enough to feel like I need to go get that gun.
I think you're right in what you're saying about Destiny, but the thing is, we're not reaching people that we should be. Our net isn't hitting something.
It's true.
I don't know if we should be getting banned from different Facebook groups or what. we should be advertised. There's got to be something we're missing in terms of getting people even to come play COD with us.
That's
we
true,
can't
too.
find people. Are we that terrible?
No, dude.
We're
It's
that
just,
old.
I think it's it's an oversaturated kind of market, right? Everyone wants to play these kind of games together, right? And
Yeah.
I think
Also, you got to figure we just had Christmas and New Year's, and everybody got new games and new toys and new whatnot, and everybody's just burnt out of their games. My entire Twitter feed is just so filled with, I'm so burnt out of video gaming right now, I can't even bring myself to X.
that's sad.
I have the opposite problem where I'm so burned out at work that I get home and I'm like, fuck.
I am in
Witcher
this-
it up.
just
I am
wanna
in the
lay on
same boat
couch.
as you, and I was hoping that I would be getting out of this pain in the ass job of mine here soon, but
Try getting somewhere else.
yeah, that's the plan.
Just do
There's
it.
a better job.
Without 103-degree fever.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah.
Make sure you're.
Do
not-
an interview without 103-degree fever. I might actually, pass it.
I think you probably would
Does
pass
help.
any of them if you did it that way.
Unless you want a challenge.
Right. Maybe-
Challenge accept.
And then
Hard
just-
mode interview.
Smoke a bunch
Oh.
of PCP before you go.
Oh, guys, I would just like you to know that I have selected the hard mode interview for this. So ask me the hardest questions because I have intentionally induced myself into having the coronavirus.
Now do the surfer laugh.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess that works.
I don't know what surfer laugh is. I'm not a surfer.
I was thinking more like the.
Yeah,
God.
the Seth Rogen laugh.
That was actually really good.
Oh, I used to be really good at that. Like,
You guys.
that was it. That was just a blind attempt.
So I think, even taking something like Call of Duty, like, I feel like a lot of times, especially if I put a tweet out like, "Hey, I'm playing COD, come join." Like, I also put like, also I'm live on stream, and you have to like be live on stream with me too. And for a lot of guys that are just trying to play games, I think that's a turnoff.
Could be.
No, maybe.
No, I'd agree with that. As somebody,
Because-
somebody who doesn't stream, it can be intimidating.
But
Be like,
if they're not in
there's
the
people
Discord,
watching.
then they're not going to be in chat.
Right, and that's the other thing too. Is it's like
Sure.
not only am I going to be live on stream, but also like download this app and don't listen to your TV and like put your headset through your phone. Right, there's all these things that like come with it that make it not so much impossible, but you have to be a certain type of person who's already ready with that kind of setup to feel like you're actually capable of joining.
Part
right?
of the group.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, I mean, I can
But
get it.
we're not even getting to try out 10 people who don't have Discord.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep, and that's part of the that's part of the whole like even just like looking at streaming as like the big picture, like that's what is the hardest part about streaming is getting people to show up when you say I'm doing a thing.
I'm live.
Doing this thing. Whether it's like I'm live playing a game or, hey, we're trying to get people to fill our squad for X, whatever, whether it's live or not, I'm sure it's also difficult to, like that's the drive. Like it's difficult to get the people who actually show up when you say I'm doing X. That's
sounds
why
like time for a survey.
survey time.
Whether we're live or not.
Whether we're live or not, we've stepped into a war with a cabal.
Oh man, screw Call of Duty. Have you seen Hentai World War II on Steam?
No.
What?
It's called what? It's called what?
Hentai World War II.
Oh, that sounds like something that I probably wouldn't be able to download.
Add to cart.
I've got.
Dave, you're just some weird ass shit.
I'm gonna play that one later. Well, I was looking to see what the hell Call of Duty was going for on the old Steam.
On the old Steam, it's still probably like $43, right? 44.
Note to self: do not give Dave my home address.
all I did was click on FPS, and I was like, okay. Scrolling down, and I'm like, the fuck is this?
They also have a hentai
Doom.
sniper Middle East. Hentai Redemption?
What are they redeeming? It's hentai.
No, it's I'm assuming it's like Red Dead Redemption.
Even worse.
They're all cowboys. Girls.
Cowgirls.
Literally with udders.
Cowgirls. Where do you think would be the most pertinent place to like find people to play games with us? Because I think like the stream team is because we're friends and we all stream, we play games, and this is us and whatever. Like that's the stream team. But I feel like the community that we're offering is not just streams. And if we can find a place to like really actually put that across, as we are not trying to say come be stream. It's not about that. It's about having a place to play games with your friends on a regular basis where everyone's cool with everything and there's no judgment, there's no ageism, there's no sexism, there's no any of that stuff. Like, how do you put that across and then where do you put it?
We may actually have to look in or start looking through the looking for groups. But like most of them probably won't want to join because of the interview that they'll be getting.
Would we be maybe the ones looking for the group? Like maybe we put it out there like that, like looking for solo, maybe.
Well, you do see in the Destiny app, there are clans kind of advertising in there a little bit. in the LFG section. So maybe it is something like that, looking, I don't know.
Because, but, so like as maybe as you do that more often, and these people who you've met probably would in some way, shape, or form either want to join the community, as far as like maybe just being on the Discord, or at least being on our friends group, or maybe even join the clan. But like as you build one person, the next person, and another person, these people tell their friends. That's kind of how the original BLG thing started, was like people would tell their friends, and it was less about putting advertisements up and saying LFG here, and it was more about like, I did a raid last night with these guys and it was fucking fun, you guys should come do another raid with us tonight. And then it would turn into like, you met these guys' friends, like you played with Steve, but now Steve has this guy that he plays with, his name is D-Lord, and like, there's this other guy that plays, and it's becomes a chain reaction, because you're building the community like one person at a time. Like, but you're like making friends. Like, that's what it's about. It's not about like, I need X numbers to feel good about this, or that it's a success. But it's more about like, I want to make friends where we're all online at some point in time regularly, and there's no feeling of like, I need to change what I do to fit this. It's more about like, these guys are doing it already and it works just naturally.
Well, remember in days of BLG where the guys from across the ocean would be waking us up on the apps because they were chatting back and forth playing, and you're going, it was running like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but maybe those are days gone by. I don't know.
Well,
but I think we're not tapping into those people though. That's the problem.
Yeah, we're not getting them where they're at, and I think that Destiny is just not it. I feel like a lot of people, even the people who've been there for a long, long time, they're just not playing Destiny like they used to. Like the D1 community, to me, is always going to be like up on a pedestal because that's where it started for me. But like, I feel like that's not the same environment that we're in now. Like, it's not like the way that it was, and I'm not sure if that's because
I can't spiel.
That's fine. I think it's because maybe we've gotten to know each other better and realized that half of us are assholes. And like, half the Destiny community hates each other. Like, we've spent 5 years together, and it's like, I fucking don't want to be around you, and so no one wants to hang out and play Destiny anymore because they're mean to each other. I don't know.
Got tired of doing the same damn raid over and over and over again.
I've just never been in this situation before where, managing online friendships was a skill that I had to learn.
Work towards.
Yeah, it's, brand new territory for, I'm sure, like, everybody, right? Like, you guys weren't, like, secretly famous in other online aspects of your life before you met the Thieves' Den, right?
No,
well,
at one point I was getting what I felt was PTSD by dealing with these people and going out and meeting new people. I didn't want to meet new people anymore.
Right, yeah.
I didn't want to reach out and ask them if they were assholes or not, or if they would just play with.
Hey, are you an asshole? Fuck you. Okay, never mind.
And that was the beginning of the end too, because once you don't want to reach out and put yourself out there, then it's kind of.
Yep, it does. It puts it in a place where it's like, you almost feel obligated to be the person like making that effort to reach out, but you've met enough people, you've met the perfect ratio. Like, these guys are friends and these guys were assholes, and I don't want to like deal with this many assholes, and this many friends is enough, and like then hopefully the game stays good, right? If not,
yes.
If not, then what?
And that goes back to holding back games like Cyberpunk and that. We've seen games that have come out half-baked like Destiny 2 and what it did to a community.
Yeah.
Communities across the board. And you go, how do we rebuild that? You can't. People have moved on.
Right. And I think that, if you look for it, kind of the same way that we did with Destiny, if you choose a game or even just a few games, you can look for the, budding players who are looking for help, and you can look for the communities on Facebook where it's like LFG this or this community or this unofficial that, or like you can make that effort. We could easily choose Modern Warfare just as an example and go find a bunch of Modern Warfare communities and put it out there like, we play this game on this day, on this night, at this time, and we like to play with people, so if you want to play with us, come do it this time. And then, just put that out there in as many fucking places as you can, and you're eventually going to get people, going to respond to that.
Yeah. It's fun. Go ahead, sorry.
My son, he uses the clubs on the Xbox.
That's another thing.
And he puts out, he's like, here's an ad looking for so many people with all these tags like mic required, no mic, or whatever. And then he just sends it. And some people get a hold of him like, hey, I'm interested. You want to play? Or he'll message them and be like, do you mind if I join you? And he's met quite a few people on there that are pretty cool.
I mean, and that's literally, that's how we built BLG. Like step by step, that's the exact same way that BLG started. Was we were the ones who took the extra time and the extra effort and made the commitment to go look for people to play with.
And I remember that you used to have to sign up to get into those raids, and I can't think of the site right now, but
we had the 100.io for a while.
Yes, 100.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because LFG.com is Lincoln Financial Group.
Yeah,
and
that's
we
not
don't need to get
that's not it, guys. But
we can't find people there.
But being the people that are already organized, extending the invitation, I think looks way better to someone looking for help than it would be if it was just like, here's a tweet, you want to fucking join.
Yeah.
So it's more about the amount of effort that it requires to build a community is beyond just platonically dropping a tweet and hoping that it lands with somebody every time you tweet it out.
And it probably is the effort. Nick and I played with strangers the other day just so we could get our catalyst for our snipers.
Mm-hmm.
We do more of that, chances are somebody's going to message us and say, hey, do you want to do something else?
Right, and if you really, 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 really wanted to get that catalyst, then that's how you would do it. And if you had a second character or a third character that you needed to get it on, I know you don't have to do it that way, but as an example, then you would be back in that same forum, and you would be maybe even looking for the same people that you just talked to the last time that you did it.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah.
So I would definitely I would want to put effort into finding ways to create a little more organization behind when we play what and what's expected of when. But at the same time, I'm completely fine with being loosey-goosey and not having to tie anything down. There was
it's kind of like it's like sitting in your closet and complaining that nobody wants to play with you.
Right.
Leave your closet.
Right. And if you can, for those of us out there trying to build streaming communities, that's the same deal. You need to be the guy organized and ready and putting shit in front of people's faces in places where it's normal to consume that kind of content. You wouldn't really want to think that Twitter would be the best place to mass market your Destiny clan, right? You would hope that it would be a place where there's actually a large community of people only focusing on just Destiny, like Facebook has groups. You would be able to mass market yourself in a Facebook group that's specifically designed for people playing Destiny. That makes sense. Whereas streaming, it's not a thing where you can go well, this is only streaming ever, and let's market ourselves as streaming this or streaming that, because it's a brand new place and it's everywhere. It's on all the platforms, and it's a thing where you're gonna run into people who are just complete idiots. Speaking of people who are complete idiots, hello Bacon.
Oh,
Thanks
Just thinking about him actually.
Thanks for the host, bud.
it's bacon.
It's Bacon. What am I? Are you aching? Yep. For some bacon.
For
Yep,
some
yep,
bacon.
Yep. Hey, bud.
What's
up,
up,
buddy?
Bacon?
So
I'm gonna have to go to bed soon.
yeah, I was just gonna say it's getting close to
Yeah, me too.
Story time,
close
beards.
Story time for beards. Once upon a time, there was a man who was naked. And he was just as naked as he could possibly be, and he didn't have any hair on his body at all, no eyebrows, eyelashes, not even coming out of his ears or around his tight little butthole. He was just a naked guy, completely hairless.
That lucky son of a bitch.
Listen to this, man. The guy He was really cold. He was really fucking cold. So
It's a 20 out of 10 gif.
I missed it. He was really cold.
Discord.
Super cold, so he decided he was going to concentrate really hard and grow something off his face, and
Concentrate
he
real hard.
just got really zen and like flexed. Yep, Dave, you're perfect, and it just boom by sheer will fell out of his face, and that was the first beard, and that guy was me, and I'm no longer naked. You guys, thank you.
And he
original.
showed me the way.
You're welcome. Bacon, thank you for the host, bud. It's nice to have you here. There we go.
How's your stripper career coming, Bacon?
How was your stream, man? How'd it go? I saw you in the forge earlier. I didn't have much time to talk because I was prepping for the fancers.
I saw him jumping around, being all huntery and stuff.
Yep, doing hunter stuff. That was a thing.
Hunter stuffs.
Stuff the hunter. We were actually, before you came in, we were just discussing, like how to grow the Thieves Den community and like places where we've seen success in the past, and like just kind of just open discussion about how do communities grow, and it's a mystery to everyone. Is it Nagi's? I need the cloak. That is, I understood most of that that statement there.
Ding 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 ding.
I did. We were actually gonna be calling it real quick because everyone's tired. I can see the look on Can's face.
I have to work in the morning.
Poor guy
You
has
poor
inventory
bastard, you.
again.
7 until 4. And it's going to be an all-day inventory, and then I got one Saturday, too.
That's
Saturday is
terrible.
tomorrow.
Yep.
You mean
I
Sunday,
have
too?
tomorrow, and then next Saturday.
Oh, next
as well.
Saturday. I was gonna say, do you want to play some games tomorrow night? But it sounds like you don't want to play anything tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
so
night?
Yeah.
You're gonna be tired.
Very good possibility.
I mean, there's this thing we're doing
He's
called
lying.
hard
He will
mode.
Now,
not
look, usually I work from 7 until 5, but I'm only going to be counting shit from 7 to 4 tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
So I
Maybe
should
he'll
have
be
enough
there.
time.
Yeah, don't
We'll
be a
see.
panassi.
Don't be a panassi though. Bacon says.
I mean, I'm here tonight, so that's a plus.
That's true. We are going to be playing Dying Light on hard mode,
All week. Next week.
and you can't God mode it there, sir. Although I do need some more. I need you to drop some more things for me when you show up.
8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. I just-
Hard mode.
just a few things. I accidentally deleted my. I don't know how it happened. I didn't think that it would happen, but I guess when you start a new
I'm going to have to
playthrough,
just make shit.
it like deletes everything that you did.
No, you should have another save, though.
I mean, it's got all my stats, but I don't have another save.
His save file has been deleted from the cloud.
Well, when I went from the Xbox One S
Load.
to the Xbox One X, something happened in this motion between one and the other, and it's gone. Yeah.
That sucks ass. Now, see, whenever I had my son do it, his carried all over.
Ah, well, fuck me, right? So, we don't have it any longer.
We are directing package now.
And there's definitely no way of getting it back. So I'm gonna play again, and it's probably one of the most fun things
Oh
that
my
I've had did in a long time was playing with Sev last night.
Can just realized something.
Until
He's supposed to be at
4
work
a.m.
right now.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I just realized we get to go through that final mission again.
Yeah, the good one. Yeah, that was
swear,
a life
it
changing
was
stream
great.
for us, man. That was it.
we
Everyone
did
say
do it.
goodnight though. We're going.
Oh,
If
I
you-
hit the fancy schmancy
if
song
you-
Thanks for
again.
coming.
If you didn't get enough of the Fancy Schmancy guys, we're gonna be probably chatting on Discord after this in the Thieves Den. Till everyone goes to bed, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks for being part of the stream. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for sharing conversation. Chaos Pixie, it's been fucking great. All you guys who've been talking earlier, lurkers, mods, friends, guys in chat here. I'm gonna say goodnight, and then you're all gonna say goodnight at the same time too. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Wait, I'm gonna make it really awkward. Dave, can you do You know what I want.
What do you want, precious?
Good night.
You want me
Jesus.
to say goodbye?
Yes, I love you.
Alright.
You're my favorite.